Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. The ceasefire between Pakistan and Afghanistan has been extended for another 48 hours, as the diplomatic sources revealed. At the same time, it has also been informed that the talks are going on in Qatar between Pakistan and Afghanistan, being brokered by naturally the friendly nations, the friendly countries. But there are certain questions, still that needs to be answered, especially the Indian role in the entire whatever conflict went on between Pakistan and Afghanistan. And we have seen that the Indian, on the one hand, their social media was very active, their traditional media inside India was very active against Pakistan. And on the other hand, the Taliban government, whatever action they were taking, lines and the directions and the guidelines from the Indian government. And we have seen that the Taliban FM was there for more than week, and issued a very damaging statements against Pakistan. Well, so when we talk of the Indians, in May they were being defeated, they were being disgraced, they were being destroyed, and under the depression, in fact, they are doing all that against Pakistan. What next? I have a very prominent journalist, a senior journalist, Mr. Hassan Khan, who is associated with Khyber News Network, and he is also active on the social media. He has been contributing to the national and international newspaper as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Hassan. Please kindly tell me that what we can expect from the talks which are going on in Qatar.
Thank you very much, Waheed. I think if we look at the way the talks begin, because we were expecting it today, the 48 hours deadline, the ceasefire that has just ended few hours before, and the talks which are rescheduled for tomorrow, we were expecting it to be held today. But the Afghan side, initially I was told by a source in the Foreign Office that the delay is due to the Afghan side because the Afghan side have not yet finalized their delegation, whether the defense minister will lead the delegation or the foreign minister will lead the delegation. And I was told that then accordingly Pakistan will have its own delegations, whether the defense minister Khwaja Asif will be representing Pakistan or the foreign minister Ishaq Dar will be in the talks for Pakistan. So I think it shows that Afghan sides, they are confused, and I think it is good that mutually they agreed to extend the ceasefire for one day more. But I think if you look at the agenda point from the Pakistani side, it was quite clear, and you definitely know, Waheed, that the ceasefire was requested by the Afghan side because they attacked Pakistan consecutively
Sorry
for
to
2 days.
interrupt you, but like the Indians, the Taliban has also been, refusing to accept this reality that they have requested to Pakistan and to the
No,
friendly countries for the ceasefire. In fact,
I think everybody knew it that when they open attacked at the borders and the spin bulldog yesterday, day before yesterday, and then Pakistan responded with a stern, I think, with the power, hit the military battalion in inside Kandahar in Kabul. Basically, the fact is, Waheed, Afghan Taliban were not expecting that Pakistan will reach Kabul or Pakistan will hit their interest inside Kandahar. What they were expecting that they definitely were looking at that Pakistan will open attacks near the border or alongside the border as the way they have done. So it was a quite shocking for them. And when they saw the damages, I think, done especially in Kabul, so it was then they requested Saudi Arabia and Qatar and they approached Pakistan. Yesterday, I was in the Foreign Office and I was told that it was the Saudis and the Qatars who approached, and we agreed for a 48 hours ceasefire. We just say it will be temporary because we are not going for a ceasefire until and unless the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is the TTP, which is using the Afghan soil against Pakistan, which are attacking Pakistan, and Pakistan have taken a principal decision that next whenever there is an attack like the one happened today in Mirali, North Waziristan, and it was claimed by Hafiz Gul Bahadur group, and everybody knew it that Hafiz Gul Bahadur is inside Afghanistan. The leadership is there. It was managed and it was orchestrated from across the border. So it was under the new policy, it was a perfect case for Pakistan to retaliate and hit the Hafiz Gul Bahadur as per Pakistan new policy. His camps, his training centers are his hideouts, whether located in Kandahar, whether located in Kabul, etc. So keeping that damages which Pakistani airstrikes, the precision airstrikes have done, inflicted inside Kabul, after that they asked for a ceasefire. So whether they accept it or not, the whole world knew it, the way as you mentioned, if India's are accepting or not that their 7 aircrafts have been shot down, they are not accepting it, but the whole world is accepting it. And I think even inside India, the independent journalists or analysts or even the political leaders, they are accepting it. But those who are related to the Modi media or who are the RSS mindset, they say that no, we haven't done it. We have shot down 15 aircrafts in Pakistan. And interestingly, they got it after 4 months. After 4 months, the Indian Air Chief Kaman stated on the media that they have shot so many aircraft of Pakistan. So I think a day will come when Afghan Taliban will definitely accept it, that it were they who approached the international community,
Do you
especially
think?
Saudi
Do
Arabia
you
and Qatar.
think? Yeah, of course. Do you think that the Afghan Taliban miscalculated whatever being orchestrated, as you said, in New Delhi, in fact, and whatever the Indians have been doing for last 4 years since the Taliban took over in 2021 after the departure of the Americans and the international forces from Afghanistan. In fact, it is an interim setup, and interim setup is not for years and years. That is a separate question that I would like to put. So, do you think the Taliban, since they don't have a diplomatic experience, they don't have that, the statecraft, how they have to, balance out between Pakistan and India, they were being trapped by the Indians?
I think you are right. Look, initially, the first statement which the Taliban Foreign Minister Muttaqi given into the Indian media, that was quite good. That not good. That was threatening for Pakistan, but at least he said that we want a resolution of the issue through dialogue. But he stated this in the morning. At the night, they attacked six border points inside. They launched attack at six border points from Chatral to Bajawar and Koram, Waziristan, and Job districts. So it was quite. But I think they were just, as you rightly said, that they were just trapped. Initially, they may not have this in their mind that they will
But they
attack
must be
just for.
offered. They must be offered a lot of dollars, as well. We know that
Oh,
the
definitely,
Indians.
but just a few minutes ago, I just finished an interview with one of an Afghan journalist who was stationed inside Delhi, and he told me that Muttaqi got nothing from India because he said the Indian knew that Muttaqi's brothers, two brothers, are doing property business in Pakistan. His Indian was well aware of it that Muttaqi's whole family is involved in property business, in constructions, and in production sector in Pakistan. So it was quite interesting. But however, for India, it is a God sent opportunity that Taliban has gone. Taliban themselves have gone to New Delhi, offered their services to the Indian management. So definitely India will exploit it. And India's only interest in Afghanistan is to harm Pakistan from the western flank. So and they have done it. They have done it during the 20 years of so-called democracy. They have done it when it was a decade of socialist and communist regime, and definitely they will now do it if the Afghan themselves go to New Delhi and they offered their services just for nothing. Because if you look at the way Pakistan helped these Afghans, particularly the Taliban, so I think they would have never opted to annoy Pakistan, saying things on the Indian soils which should have been avoided. And you rightly said that the problem is Talibans are behaving just like a militia. they are not behaving just like a government, a party which is supposed to govern a state, and governing a state is totally different from fighting as a militia. However, they still behave as a militia. They have least, I think, space for political dialogue, political talks, and they are hardly, I think, engaging in the diplomatic arena. So that's the problem. However, I think India also knew it, that how can they trust the people who are, I think, stabbing the same people, the country which helped them bring them to Kabul. So definitely the Indians are also naive to the Afghan politics, and neither they are naive to the Pakistani politics.
That's right, Mr. Hassan. You just tell me, please, kindly, that is there any kind of a division, because we are just being informed by the traditional media as well as by the social media, the digital media, that there's a division within the Taliban ranks, and Haqqanis are on the one side and they are being marginalized. Even the portfolios which were being extended to them, the power has been curtailed by the defense minister, who is a son of a former Taliban leader, Mr. Late Mullah Umar. So, do you think this is one of the reasons that they had this kind of miscalculated actions against Pakistan, other than their connivance with the terrorists like TTP and other groups?
I think the problem for them is they were just exploiting certain, what you call it, what we say, majburis and majburiya of Pakistan. Matlab the weaknesses, maybe you call it the weakness of Pakistan, that they were quite sure that Pakistan is dependent on us as far as the TTP is there, and that was the reason that just to keep Pakistan in their control, they raised, they contained, and they provided all the facilities to the TTP and other terror network inside Afghanistan. Two, they were quite sure that Pakistan will not attack inside Afghanistan, especially in major cities where they are sitting right now. And for the reason that Pakistan will not go against the international, the Afghan diaspora, the media, and not annoy the people across Afghanistan. And another thing is that they were having this false ego, that they believe that they have defeated the Americans and they have defeated the Soviet Unions.
But
So
it was Pakistan which supported them to defeat the Russians, the Americans, the Western powers in last maybe 45, 50 years.
yeah, I think that will be a quite interesting debate, and even the Americans knew it, the Soviets knew it, and even Afghan themselves knew it. How they defeated these superpower? It was another propaganda, even the same, even and being, I think, launched from Pakistan, so to give them a bit of what you call it, a courage to raise up and fight. But I think Taliban have not realized that previously, when they were fighting against the Americans or the Russians, etc., so they were in the mountains, they were in the caves, they were on the run. They were not in I think in posh areas of Kabul, or in the cozy rooms of offices inside Kabul, or in the posh localities. Now they are exposed, and they have to realize that they are exposed. One, I think, attack from Pakistan can destroy their whole structure. So these are the miscalculations which they have done. And the other thing is that they are too much believing on the social media reports, the reports that and look, we are in Pakistan, we knew in Pakistan that yes, the things are going on, but these are in far away border towns. Pakistan, and I think in hardly less than 1% of Pakistan, it will be where these attacks are happening, especially from the TTP. So I think these are their miscalculations, and most probably, and I'm not sure, encouragement from the Indian, that India will support them in narrative shaping, India will support them in funds raising, India will support them in material supply. So I think these things make a lethal combination, especially for Afghans, that they believe in the Indian propaganda, they believe in the Indian offerings, etc., and they were quite sure that Pakistan will never launch attack inside Kabul, because
inside
they knew it
Afghanistan, inside
that.
Afghanistan. Yeah. Oh, what
And
about
sorry,
Mr. Yes, please go ahead.
yeah, that's what I said, that inside Afghanistan, because they believe that Pakistan will never accept, I think will never be able to face the collaterals if happen inside Kabul or Kandahar or other major cities.
But they must understand that our senior level officers, the level of colonel and brigadiers and major generals, and the we have lost the politicians in this war, so-called war on terror. We have lost the civilians. So I think that our blood is not thinner than the like the water. Our blood is equally important like any other nation. So that's why it's the first time that the Pakistan has to take a strict action, against the terrorists. And if the Taliban are going to support them continuously, let us say the talks are going on, definitely Pakistan will take another action. Kindly tell me about the Nur Muhammad, because there are mixed kind of reports, and today we have seen on a social media there was a kind of a message, by recorded by Mullah Mullah Noor
Nur
Masood.
Wali.
That's the leader. Yeah, Noor Wali, sorry, the leader of the TTP. So, what's your assessment of that?
I think there are conflicting reports. They have this video, and they claim that it was recorded on the 9th, the day Pakistan claimed that he has been eliminated, or the car which was hit in the what you call it, the Abdul Haq Square inside Kabul is a very busy square. But I think we have, if we independently, if we look at it, a car was hit at the Abdul Haq Square inside Kabul. One, Taliban denied that there was a precision strike inside Kabul. Two, there was a car which was hit, burned, charred. Two people were killed in that car and they were burned. Taliban denied that nobody is killed there. So at least somebody must tell the world that who are the two people who got killed in that car. And if they were ordinary, innocent people, so definitely Taliban or Amarat Islami would have resorted to a media campaign against Pakistan. So I think there are too much which are fishy in the whole game. And you can't say with assurance that Nur Ali Masood is alive, or but yeah, I think equally you can't say with assurance that he is dead. But one thing is clear, that in the past we have such stories, we have such, I think, incidents when such important person got killed, but they were kept secret for quite long, just not to let the a division within the groups or within the ranks. So definitely, if he has got killed, the TTP will wait till the time they consolidate themselves and they have another. I mean that another person to command the group.
Do you think there is a possibility of regime change inside Afghanistan? Because there are differences within the Taliban, and especially the 50% of the population represented by the Tajiks and Uzbeks, and then Hazaras, and then certain other communities, they are not being included in this governance process of Kabul led by the Taliban.
I think that is quite obvious. Look, even not the Pashtuns are represented. I was just having an interview with the Tajik leader, and he said that it is wrong to say that Talibans are representing the Pashtuns, or the Pashtuns are backing Taliban. Is there are few like-minded who are benefiting from the system, who are deeply religious and who believe in their ideology. So it's a quite, I think this is the extreme minority inside Afghanistan. And as for the other ethnic groups like the Tajik, Uzbek, Hazara, Baloch, and Turkmen, etc., yes, they are least represented in the power structures of Taliban. But if that is not the case for, I think, the fall of the Taliban regime, but there are inside the differences are, I think, almost reported daily. And this fact that Sirajuddin Haqqani have been sidelined since long, he has been made what you call it, a toothless, having no sting, and Even the recent reports may be true or may be wrong, that certain changes have been made in his ministry without taking him into confidence. So differences are there, and differences are there for more than a year now. When it will burst, I think that will be a matter of time. But the way Afghan Taliban are governing the country, if they have not changed their policy, not changed their attitude, so I think the day is not far away when there will be a much bigger uprising against them, even from I think from the population.
Today, the Prime Minister has headed a very important meeting where the services chiefs, including the Field Marshal and the Army Chief, was there. But interestingly, the Chief Minister, KP, the newly elected Chief Minister, was missing. So how you see about this? And then there was a pictures, which was maybe by design uploaded on the social media, where the office of the chief minister, the photograph of the founder of Pakistan was missing, and the Pakistani flag was missing there as well, which has raised a lot of criticism against the PTI. So what do you see about that?
I think the meeting was quite important with the prime minister. He should have attended it. The reason which was given that he was engaged in some other activity, I think that was not shall not have been made because it was quite important meeting, and specifically it was related to the terrorism and the Afghan refugees, when both the issues are related to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. One, two, the man he sent to represent him in the cabinet is a former advisor to the chief minister. Now he is no more advisor, and he doesn't belong to that province. He is from Karachi, so I think he should have at least sent some person from the party
Mr.
commands, from
Muzammal,
the
Mr.
government.
Muzammal Aslam for
Mr. Muzam,
finance.
yeah, Mr. Yeah,
Yeah.
you name it, and I was avoiding it. But yes, Muzammil Aslam, he is from Karachi, and he is not an elected person. So I think he is not in a position to represent the province in such an important meeting. And as per this photograph or the Pakistan flag behind the chief minister's chair, so I think I have seen the report which he has denied that these are not correct. Maybe it has been fabricated. Maybe it has been done by some for some ulterior motive. But he has himself. I think I have seen the tweet or his post where he said it that it is not it is not correct. I first I am Pakistani, then I am someone else. So I think we have to believe in his word. If he said that this is not correct, so we have to agree that it's not correct.
Do you think that the chief minister is in a very tough position? On one side there's a fire, and on the other side there is a ocean. He's just stuck between the two. On one side,
Yeah, this.
his leader sitting in the is
Yeah.
sitting in the jail and giving him a direction to get me out of this jail. And on the other side, he has to perform a constitutional. He has to run a constitutional office. So, do you think that this young boy, is in a very tough kind of a position?
Yeah, he's in a very what you call it in a catch 22 situation, whether to keep his boss happy or to run the province. If you have and a province which is being meshed by so much problems, troubles, I think it is hit by terrorism. Law and order is the worst in
Do you
that province. Eh,
can stop operation when they are being attacked every day, every minute, every second in the province?
No, I think these are their rhetorics, and it is a fact that Imran Khan has himself said that publicly they can't support the operation. The reason is, you might have heard or you may have read that statement of Imran Khan where he said that look at the ANP. The ANP opposed, the ANP supported wholeheartedly the operation. So ANP has been eliminated. So I think this is also a fear of TTP, the PTI guys, the PTI leadership. Instead of they are supporting but inside the room when they are on the table, but when they are out and somebody asks them, so they say we don't support. And I think there is no option beyond operations. If you look at the KP police, I think it is in a worst shape, especially the leadership. This is a bad leadership. Look, there is not a single city which is properly what you call it properly managed with camera system. We call it a safe city project. And you will be shocked to listen to hear that in one of the meeting when prime minister offered to make Peshawar as a safe city. So the then IG of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, he told that Peshawar doesn't need to be to have this safe city project. So I think this is quite unfortunate. So how can we expect that a province which is faced with a lot of all sort of troubles and problems, etc., and there you can say that you are not, if you are opposing the military operation, so what's the option with you? Is your police capable enough to fight them? Is your police unfortunately don't have any APC, they don't have the armored car. Not up a single police station has an armored car, what you call it. They are still running these Dalas and Toyota pickups, etc., and they are just the sitting ducks for the terrorist.
Finally, please kindly tell me, there is still a debate going on that Imran Khan brought these terrorists back to Pakistan in not in hundreds but in thousands of number. On the other hand, the PTI accuses the former ISI chief, who is going through kind of a judicial process inside military under the martial law courts. So, what's your assessment? What's your opinion about it?
Look, I think we have to look at the dates. The only facts is the dates and the data. If the dates say that Mr. Khan was the prime minister when these terrorists were released and from the Pakistani prisons, including those who were the hardened terrorists, they were completely black. So it was February 2022. And Khan lost the vote of confidence in April 2022. So it means that it was Khan, and he was the prime minister when all the decisions were taken. The terrorists were freed from the prisons, and the terrorists were brought back to Pakistan. So I think we have to look at the dates and then fix it, that who was on the driving seat then. And I think PTI is in a very good in narrative shaping. I think they are very good in the use of social media, and they know how to, I think, what you call it, say, to make a false, present something which is false, completely false, and present it as a completely truth.
Thank you very much, Hassan Khan, a senior journalist. You spoke a very ably on the very sensitive issue that Pakistan is facing at the moment, the law and order and the security issue, and especially terrorism which is going on inside Pakistan through Afghanistan. Thank you very much for your precious time. Thank you.